Greetings everybody, John Campea here, Senior Editor of AMC Movie News, and this is my editor's desk. You know, The Expendables 2 opens up this weekend in AMC theaters everywhere, and you, of course, can get your tickets right now by going to www.amctheaters.com. I remember when the first Expendables came out, to be frank with you, didn't really like it that much. It did several things really wrong. I mean, in one sense, it claims to be this fun action film because you're putting in all these iconic, larger-than-life action stars from the 80s and the 90s. Of course, you got Sylvester Stallone, and you've got Dolph Lundgren, you got men's men like Terry Crews and Randy Couture, you got Jet Li, you got Mickey Rourke, Stone Cold Steve Austin, all this kind of stuff. But I found that the two big mistakes that film made, the original Expendables, was the fact that it took itself far too seriously. You can really see that in this one scene with Mickey Rourke doing this deep, dark, you know, telling the story about a woman he let die. And then, you know, you see this dramatic stuff they're trying to play out about the leader of this dictatorship and his daughter. And they're trying to put in stuff in this drama into what is clearly meant to be and maybe should have been a fun action film. The other mistake that it made is that it had huge, long, dry spells in the movie. Yeah, the last 20 minutes were exciting and filled with explosions and lots of high-octane stuff, but it took a long time for us to get there. Expendables 2 is a different story altogether. It's like Sylvester Stallone went back to the drawing board, he looked and said, what worked in the Expendables, what didn't work, and what is this franchise really supposed to be? It's supposed to be dumb, it's supposed to be ridiculous, and most of all, it's supposed to be fun. And in watching The Expendables 2, I was incredibly pleasantly surprised, walking out of that theater going, this was dumb, but it was exciting, and it was fun, and they embraced it, and it felt like The Expendables 2 knew what it was supposed to be to meet the audience's expectations, and that's something that the first Expendables didn't do, and that is why Expendables 2 work. Look, if you're going to have guys like Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger running around reciting their classic catchphrases, if you're going to have Chuck Norris coming out of nowhere to save the day and telling some great Chuck Norris stories, if you're going to have all this kind of stuff in a movie, you've got to acknowledge to the audience, we are not going to take ourselves seriously. We're just going to be fun. And that's why, that's the key to Expendables 2 working so well, is it doesn't take itself seriously at all. It tells you as the audience, we are not going to take ourselves seriously. We're just going to go just right to the wall fun on this. They embrace it, they live it, they express it, and it works. They also corrected that other problem from the first Expendables, long, dry periods with nothing happening. Not this time. Sylvester Stallone wanted to make sure this was just going to go right to the wall almost all the time. The movie starts on a high note, high notes in the middle, high notes at the end, with all these great cameos and great one-liners coming out that really just made you want to have fun at the movie theater again. And that is why The Expendables 2 really works. Look, I'm not saying it's the best movie of the year. I'm not saying it's going to be in the top 10 movies of the year, but I am going to tell you, I think if you give this movie a shot, you're going to be pleasantly surprised and you're going to have an awful lot of fun. Listen, folks, don't forget you can get your theater, showtime, and movie tickets 24/7 at amctheaters.com. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and on Twitter, and by all means, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. This is The Editor's Desk. I'm John Campea.